Okay, so we're in camp. We've got most of everything sort of, you know, placed out. Unfortunately, as expected, really, although I'm not sure whether I've sealed those stitches there or not, to be fair, but you know, for the first time ever we've got some water floating in the bottom of the pack. But it's a Cuban fibre pack and they don't last forever. I think it's got plenty of life in it, but obviously I think its waterproofness is maybe starting to show through, but as I said, I'm not sure. I've had it in a lot of rain before. I think I did seal those, but I can't say for absolute sure. But everything was inside, you know, other stuff sacks and things like that. So, and like I said, it's been, you know, raining on and off pretty much all day. It's really quite unpleasant. But anyway, for the moment, I'm going to get out of these wet clothes and put some dry clothes on. Everything is pretty wet. I think my upper, I think the Gore-Tex, yeah, everything up here is dry. It's wet down here, but I think that's because water's been coming up through. Also probably hip belts and things like that probably, you know, probably affect it as well. All right, well, we're in camp, as I said. If you don't like looking at blisters, just close your eyes until I tell you otherwise. So you have been warned. If you want to not look at blisters, just close your eyes now and I'll tell you when it's okay to look again. You won't see much anyway. But there's a couple of blisters. There's one on that toe there and one on that toe there that's unfortunately popped itself. I didn't tear it. You can look again now. You're only looking at my ugly mug. They must have torn themselves as we were walking, but I'm not exactly sure what the thing to do is when a blister's already popped itself. So I put some iodine on. I always carry a tiny pot of iodine. It's not really very much. I mean, it's probably about 5 or 10 years old, most likely. It virtually never gets used, but I don't think iodine will go off, and that just seemed the most logical thing to put on there, really. It smarted a bit when I first put it on, but it has come down now, so I'll maybe put some more on tomorrow and maybe some rub. But I have got this foot glide, which, you know, by the time I felt the blisters, I think it was already too late. But I have got, you know, that glide stuff. There is one other blister on my other foot, but that hasn't popped or burst. So I think I'm just going to leave that one well alone. Maybe tomorrow I might just put some foot glide on it. I don't think it's worth popping it. It's only a shortish walk to the car, about 5 kilometers. It will be wet for a bit, but then it's, you know, a relatively gentle, you know, track back to the car. So it's really not difficult tomorrow. But we will definitely be getting wet feet at the start. So I will have to decide whether I put my soaking wet sealskin socks back on again, or whether I just walk that short-ish distance in my sealskins just to keep my feet dry for that. Normally I wouldn't do that. I would just, you know, go straight to wet socks. But given we're walking back to the car tomorrow, then maybe it might be worth doing that. We'll kind of see. But I'm going to briefly show you. It's not the easiest to move in here. There's a little bit of a bump that I've just gone over, but we've got the as Clouseau would say, the Chinese nookie factory going here. So I've strung a line around there, so if you ever wanted to look at Tony's prune holders, it was a prune after all that cold rain too. But I've hung my shirt up back there, my t-shirt there, obviously the prune containers there, my wind shirt there, and my trousers over there, and the old bogey rags I've strung up there. My waterproof trousers I didn't wear in the end, probably just as well, because it was so wet they probably would have ended up coming halfway down my bum anyway, so you know they're dry, so that's kind of good. And the Gore-Tex jacket, that performed very well, and that no doubt will dry quite quickly, so that worked very well. Well, I've just boiled water there, so we're going to make a cup of tea. You know, I just realised my my plagued foot is in the image, but I'm going to put my other sealskin sock on in a minute. You can't see anything anyway, so I'm going to put that on just to keep my tootsies warm. We managed pretty well with the tentacle sink. I think I've recorded everything correctly. We've not done a huge amount of video of this trip, to be fair. It's been mostly just walking, so I think it's just going to be trip reports from each day, you know, most likely. I will have a look at my meal later on. We will cook that. I've not needed to use my expedition meals, and you can't get your 10% off now because it's the 18th. And I think the last day you could get 10% Tony H10 was yesterday. So as Clint Eastwood said, are you feeling lucky, punk? Do you think you're going to get your 10% off, punk? Yeah, shit out of luck. No more discounts here. You can pay full price if you want to, and pay your postage. Anyway, I'm going to put my other sock back on, and I think pump the airbed up and put my down jacket on it. But even though everything, you know, got wet, I've got sealskin socks for in camp. So these are not for walking in. These are basically for in and around camp. So if I needed to nip out and I didn't want to get my feet wet again, then, you know, sealskin socks are really useful, you know, for that. They'll keep your feet dry once you've got to camp. I like it for that. Obviously, I've got dry nighttime socks. I've got dry leggings. I had a dry base layer, which was a long sleeve base layer. If perchance, you know, it had been cold and I'd have needed to wear my fleece, the bottom part of that might have got damp, so I'd probably be hanging that up to dry. But again, I've still got my down jacket, so I could have put the down jacket over the top of my base layer, and of course if it was cold I'd be, you know, in the sleeping bag by now as well. So even though my walking clothes, you know, to a very large degree got damp. The only reason I've taken the shirt and the t-shirt off is that the top half was dry, but obviously, you know, around the middle area, that's quite damp. So I don't want to be sitting in camp in, you know, in partly damp clothing. So that's really why I've taken that off, and hopefully that will dry overnight. And, you know, and tomorrow we had a tiny bit of sun, but unfortunately it's disappeared. Well, welcome to evening dinner. So what we're going to do is we're going to put some water in there. That much. Just a guess as to how much. So what we've got here is potato. That's potato. And and basically bolognese. It's just I didn't have the pasta. It's basically not spaghetti bolognese, but potato bolognese. So we're going to put some fuel in there. Plenty of fuel. If you can see smoke, I don't know if you can see smoke or not, but just here I've got a mosquito coil burning. I don't think I'm going to bother letting it stand. I don't think it really needs standing. I think just soaking it and warming it up like that, and we will see how it goes. Basically, bit of rubbish there. So I've got my mashed potato. If I want to add mashed potato to it, you know, just to reduce some of the water that I've put in. 13 degrees and dropping. Humidity 77%. It's probably gonna climb. We'll see what the humidity level is. Probably quite high. We'll bring this to a boil. I'm starting to smell the bolognese smell. Okay, well, this is coming up to boil now. I'm getting a good bit of steam flowing. There's your potato. It's literally just, it is just bolognese, so there's no veggies in this one. So we'll let that come to boil. And like yesterday, I'll leave it for a good 10 minutes. Feeling quite hungry looking at this. Okay, you can see that's boiling now. So I think what I'll do is I'll leave it 10 minutes. So it's 1:45. It's 1:45. So we'll leave it until about 5:45, and then we'll see what it's like, and maybe add a little bit of potato in. But I won't add the potato in until that's fully, you know, hydrated. We really want to get this hydrated first, and then we'll see how much, you know, water needs mopping up with mashed potato. But that's coming along a real treat there. Let's get the old mashed potato ready because we brought it, so we may as well just chuck a little bit in. It's actually not looking too bad. That's all right. Don't think I need to put much in. I don't really want to put too much in because it will thicken up too much otherwise. But that 300 ml of water is probably about right, really. Right, okay, let's... So that's a little bit of potato. Mmm. No, that is nice. That has rehydrated very well. That is even nicer than the other one I did. Just my bit of potato. That is not bad at all. That is easily as nice as any dehydrated meal. Something to eat, or whatever the other one, expedition food. That, That is nice. I mean, that's a 9.5 or 10 out of 10. These bastard flying things are back in force. I might have to duck under cover. It's just not very windy. And a little bit for Lassie. Oh, Jesus. That was nice. Really burning. It doesn't want to burn. I've just got it going there. There's a few bugs in the air. Oh, Jesus, that was... That was really, really nice. I did enjoy that. Oh, maybe I ate a bit too fast. Bloody hell. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that was so nice. I did enjoy that. That was super tasty. Wow. I should definitely be dehydrating more of my food, that was a resounding success. Oh, 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 dear me, that was so tasty. Oh, dear me. Oh, dear. Oh, bugger. So how you clean your pot is you put some water in, chuck your tea bag in. And make a cup of bolognese tea. Oh. And just use your tea bag to clean your cup. Admittedly, this cup of tea may not be the tastiest cup of tea you're ever gonna have. But it'll suffice. Oh, Jesus, that was so nice. I did enjoy that. I really can recommend, you know, dehydrating your own food and bringing it out. You know, obviously when you're not getting a discount code by me, but we don't have any more discount codes, so you're going to have to do your own now. That really was very, very nice. I will most definitely be doing more of those. The bolognese, for some reason, hydrated better than the chicken. The chicken, yesterday's was, or the day before's was nice. And I think I said I gave that 8 out of 10. That was chicken, potato, and veggies. Got to have your veggies. We didn't have veggies today, but never mind. We had our veggies the other day. And that hydrated pretty well. Not perfect, but pretty well. But for some reason, that bolognese, that hydrated very, very well. That was really nice. I'll maybe try, you know, bolognese with pasta next time, maybe. And, you know, see what that's like. But, you know, chucking in some potato worked very, very well. That was very nice. I really did enjoy that. It was worth. Yesterday was such a long, hard day. It was a really tiring day. There was nowhere really good to sit, you know, to set up to cook and to be able to film it. So I literally just had cheese and crackers yesterday, and I was quite tired as well. Although probably we should force yourself, well, not literally force yourself to eat, but you probably really should try to eat when you're extra tired, like I was yesterday. But I had plenty of cheese and crackers, and I had soup and croutons, so I didn't exactly go hungry. But yeah, that was very, very nice. Oh, I did enjoy that. Anyway, I'm going to have a cup of bolognese tea, and then I think we'll do some more custard. We did custard the other day, so we will finish off with custard later on. There's my cup. There's my tea stuff. So we will have tea, you know, a little bit later on. Oh, we'll have tea now, and then we'll have dessert, you know, a little bit later. This bit of footage is from my second night, and I'm simply using it so you can look at something. That pretty much concludes all of the footage from my trip to the knoydart with Chris Townsend. What will follow will just be a toodaloo, thanks for watching message, and there will be one other video where I will discuss the kit that I took. Basically, as I'm packing it away, I just say this is what I took, etc, etc. Well, we're back to where we started. We crossed this bridge on Monday, I think. Yeah, we crossed this bridge. We crossed this bridge Monday, and it's Friday now, and we were discussing that completely destroyed, abandoned bridge over there. So the car park is quite close to here now. So this is the first view that we, well, let's see, that we had of the mountains. So I hope you've enjoyed this series of videos. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.